Hello and welcome to the MotoGP Fantasy Preview Live for the Dutch GP. This weekend it's the last one before the summer break comes in, so already the first half of the season has gone quite quick indeed. Round 8 then this weekend, and we do go to the historic TT circuit Assen, the most historic venue that we go to on the calendar. It's been on the calendar every year apart from 2020, going all the way back to 1949. So certainly a place that personifies MotoGP and all it is to do. So this week then for the MotoGP Fantasy Preview, we're going to be joined by Enea Bastianini, a man that has so far in 2023 not had too much luck, but he's slowly returning to form, returning to 100% fitness, and it's great to have him back on track here with some rounds before the summer break, and he has more time to recover. So we'll say hello to Enea and begin. Enea, it's fantastic to see
Hi.
you. How are you?
Fine, fine. Now better after these 2 weeks consecutive. There is the third one, and will be hard, but let's see. We are ready.
Well, that's the first thing we just wanted to ask you, Enea. Of course, how are you doing physically? You've had a few races back on the bike now. How's your physical condition?
Yeah, I'm now physically better compared to the first pre-practice in Mugello. Is completely different, but also Assen is a difficult track and with a lot of change direction, and this is the problem much bigger for me. And let's see how is it, but I'm confident.
In terms of a percentage, how close are you to being 100% fit?
Ooh, probably now I'm 85%, and I have to work a lot, especially during that summer break. Will be not a really big one for me. Have to be short.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of work coming up for you, Enea. And as you do say, we do have the one final race this weekend before we go to that summer break. And of course, Assen is going to be a very tricky one, not just for everyone, but for you, particularly with the injury. But of course, Enea, you're here to help us with our MotoGP Fantasy team. We'll give you the quick explanation beforehand of everything and how it works. But what we're
Okay.
really relying on here, Naya, is your expertise in kind of predicting who's going to be at the front this weekend. So before we dive into anything, I just wanted to ask you, this weekend, which riders kind of stand out to you as the ones to watch?
Yeah, for me this weekend is crucial, and probably the Ducati will be competitive like in all the rest of the track. And um, yeah, probably I want to put a lot of Ducati on top.
Well, we already have three Ducatis in there, so that works quite well. So, Anaya, excuse me. For
No
our
problem.
fantasy team this week, we have two changes that we can make, okay? And at the minute, we have 600,000 salary remaining to do those changes. So, looking at this lineup, is there anyone that you think, in particular, you might want to change for another rider?
Whew, probably markets after the injury during the last GP will be not at the 100%, and uh, we can change.
Okay, so let's remove Marc Marquez. So if we remove
Yeah.
Marc Marquez, then we have 3 million that we can spend. So it means we will miss out on guys like your teammate Pecco. He's a little bit too expensive, but pretty much everyone else we should be able to afford. So scrolling down here, we have Luca Marini, of course, in form at the minute. Jack Miller, Marco
Okay.
Bezzecchi's a little bit too expensive. You're down here at 2.9 million, so we could put you in. Or there's all sorts of other riders down here. So, of looking through this list, who's standing out to yourself?
Well, after the last year, probably I wanna put Aleix Spargaro,
Aleix, where is
because I've made an incredible race. I don't know how
He's 2.6
it's
million, so
expensive also.
we,
Aleix.
he is a little bit, but we can afford him. So if you want to put Aleix in, we can do that.
Okay, we try with Aleix.
Okay, so let's put Aleix in. As you say, he had a very good race here last year. That incredible
Yeah,
comeback after going into the gravel all the way through to fourth position. Very good indeed. Um,
exactly.
we've seen Aprilia struggle a little bit this year, but do you still think Aleix is going to be very good this weekend?
Yeah, for me, Aleix can be good because he is competitive in the race. It's really constant with a good paces and the track. We know Ducati can be the leader, but also Aprilia can be fast and uh, Aleix have experience with this bike in that track and can be uh, can be try to do a good race.
Okay, well, let's see how Aleix goes this weekend. We'd love to see Aleix get back up to performing like how it was last year. He's obviously had a little bit of bad luck this year, and he's definitely got the capability to do it. So let's see how he goes this weekend. Now, we still can make one more trade, Enea. It's up to you if you want to trade another rider, or you could change the team or the constructor, although I think you're probably happy with the constructor as it's Ducati. Um, but if you
Yeah.
wanted to change another rider or the team, then feel free. We can have a look.
Okay. How many we can spend?
So we would
400.
have 400 left. So depending on who you take
Okay.
out, if we took out Alex Marquez, we'd have 2.4 million to play with. But if you took out someone like Johan Zarco, you'd have 3.7 million to play with.
Yeah, probably I take out Yon.
Okay, so let's take Johan out. So 3.7 million, that offers up quite a lot of possibility. Let's have a look. I think it should be everyone apart from Pecco, really. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
you could bring in Luca Marini, all these guys. So again, anyone standing out? Anyone specifically?
uh, myself, no.
Hey, you could. I mean,
uh,
this might be the weekend where all of a sudden you're feeling
yeah.
much better on the bike. So
Okay.
there's
That's
Brad Binder at 3.1 million.
Fabio 2 and 8.
Mm-hmm. Who else do we have?
Also, Maverick is not a lot of expensive here.
No, he's very cheap at the minute. He's had some bad luck and his
Yeah.
price has dropped down. He was
Mm,
on the podium last year as well.
yeah. Okay. We put Maverick.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going
Yeah, I
Aprilia
wanna put
heavy.
Maverick.
So we're gonna put Maverick in. So what that means is we actually gain ourselves a lot of budget now. We have 2.2 million for next week whenever the next rider comes in to help us with our fantasy team. So they'll be very thankful for that. And thank you very much. What
Thank
it
you.
does mean, as we said earlier about the gold and silver riders, you can switch the order of these. So say if you wanted to put Jorge Martin on fire at the minute, you can see that little fire symbol in the top left. You could put him into your gold rider, and that would mean he'd score double the points of what he would do in silver.
For me, the gold rider is Jorge Martin and Maverick Viñales
Yeah. Okay.
for
So
that weekend. Yes, we
let's
put the
switch
gold.
them both then. So we're going to switch these guys. Okay, so these two are going into your gold then. So Jorge Martin,
Yes.
Maverick Vinales in gold. Your silver riders are Aleix Espargaro and Alex Marquez. And because we have no more changes remaining, the constructor and the team, your old team, Gresini Racing, is locked in. I'm sure that Nadia will be happy to see you keeping Gresini in there.
Yes.
So, well, thank you for sorting the team. We've just got a couple more questions before we do let you go, Enea. Firstly, you
Okay.
said about Assen that it's a difficult track, lots of direction changes. I think actually in your Grand Prix career, you've had a bit of bad luck here. I think you've only been on the podium once and some crashes. Just talk to us about what makes Assen a unique and difficult track to master.
Yeah. Assen, it's so difficult because um, you have to understand how is it the balance of your bike because have not to be a lot of nervous, but also when the bike is nervous, probably it's more easy to change direction, to brake really hard, and you have to understand which is the correct compromise. And I want to do a great race and to understand uh, if I can search this balance for that weekend.
Yeah, well, we hope to see you have a better race. Of course, it was a better weekend for you in Germany, and we hope the recovery continues here this weekend. Today, thank you very much for joining us, and good luck this weekend, and enjoy the final one before the summer break.
Thank you so much, and see you after the summer break. Ciao, ciao.
Will do. Ciao, Enea.
Ciao.
So then that is going to be Enea Bastianini's team that he's very kindly come in and helped us choose. We have Jorge Martin in gold, obviously a fantastic choice at the minute, really rocketing up the championship standings all the way in second place now and only a handful of points. Last time out. I've obviously clicked on the wrong thing there. Previous GP, that's what we want. Scored 39 the time before in Italy, and then the time before that was again 44.5. So big points from the last 3 GPs for Jorge Martin. Very good one to have in your team. He's brought in Maverick Vinales, someone that, as you can see from his price, is struggling a little bit in the last handful of rounds. But Maverick, we do know, goes so well at these fast and flowing tracks. Was there on the podium last year for Aprilia, his first podium with Aprilia. So if there's anywhere that can reignite that Maverick spark, it could well be here in Assen. And of course, that goes in with the same for Aleix Espargaro as well. Had a phenomenal ride here. Probably the best ride of Aleix's career, even though he wasn't on the podium after coming through all the way from, well, wherever he was. He was way down the order after that off-track excursion with Fabio Quartararo and came through to 4th place. And Alex Marquez picking up solid points every week at the minute in MotoGP Fantasy. And you know that he'll be very close to that kind of top 6, top 5, maybe even pushing for the podium battle. So then it is the last one before the summer break. So if you're struggling a little bit in MotoGP Fantasy, make sure you make up some points this weekend. You can always get a little bit technical about it and go over to the Stats Center tab at the top of your screen and dive into all the Grand Prix stats as well as their fantasy stats here. And it'll give you a little bit of a better indication as to who to bring in. If you're not signed up to Fantasy yet, just head to fantasy.motogp.com. It'll bring you to a webpage similar to this. You'll be able to put in all your details and sign up there, and then what you can do is you can join your leagues. Make sure you join the Maverick Vinales official league, because that'll be running for a few more GPs just yet after the summer break. Be going and ending at the British GP. And if you win the top of that league, we'll just check who is still at the top. It is still Highsiders who's winning that one. What's his point advantage? What's that? 19 points by the looks of it, so certainly a healthy little advantage there. But if you win that, then you'll win 2 Grand Prix tickets to the Castellan GP, as well as a meet and greet with Maverick himself. So then that's going to be it. Just one final reminder of the team that Enea has chosen for us this weekend: Jorge Martin, Maverick Vinales, Aleix Espargaro and Alex Marquez, as well as Ducati and Gresini. It's going to be a good one here in Assen. It's always close racing. Think of the races even last year or 2018 was an absolute belter as well. So make sure you enjoy the weekend, and we'll say ciao for now.